Well, as of about 24 hours ago, the Spitfire is running for the first time this entire year. Awesome, and also good timing because the local Oktoberfest is in the morning. It's currently 11:45 p.m. and this has to be downtown in the morning, and so far I've driven it about 4 miles. Now Katie, hearing all of this, told me in no uncertain terms not to come over here tonight and get this car and drive it home without an escort, without like a modern vehicle following me to make sure I don't break down. But here's the thing about Katie. She goes to bed about 10 o'clock every night on account of being about 100 years old. I'm just going to send it. What's the worst that could happen? Boy, it's been too long since we saw that sight, huh? Oh my gosh. Now the key to this is, Katie is asleep, she needs to stay asleep. Nah, I'm sure if I'm quiet she won't hear me. She definitely heard me. Actually, she heard all of this. That one's waiting until morning. Or just leave it. The next morning, after getting some sleep, we found ourselves at the bustling 55th annual Mid-Missouri Old Car Roundup and Show, put on by the Mid-Missouri Old Car Club as part of the Old Munichburg Oktoberfest. Let's check it out. It made it! Look at that! It's been running for what, 24 hours? And it kind of almost didn't start earlier, but you know what? It did start, and it's here. Just can't get anywhere in a hurry. I'm excited to show you guys the cars that we grew up with. Like, we're from this town, born and raised. A lot of these cars we've seen our whole lives. And although we didn't get here at 7 in the morning, because we're not 106 years old, we are here, and we're gonna see some cool stuff. Now, I don't know if that's enough engine. I think the supercharger might be larger than my engine. And that's understandable. Look at the size of that fuel pump. That thing is like the size of one of my cylinders. Holy cow. And that was the car next to it starting up. Imagine how loud this thing is. Also, if you come to the rear of the car, it's a truck with a bike in it. Hey, look at that. People are looking at the Spitfire. Whoa. We got a Bronco. We see that one in almost every show. We like that one a lot. We got a Cheyenne. See that on every farm too, really, around here, to be honest. I love the patina on a Cheyenne and a C10 and K10 and all that. I can't beat it. That's something we don't see every day, Katie. Over here. Oh, 427 turbojet. 1967. Oh, lovely. Boy, it just makes you feel like an astronaut or something, doesn't it? Makes you feel like you just won the, what's the big baseball game? World Series. There you go. Katie said, don't film me. And now I'm filming her. She's looking at a Jeep. I've never seen a Comanche with like a topper. And it says Eliminator on it, which is kind of cool. I don't know what that means. But I know what that means. Straight 6. My dad had a Chevelle that was a 71. Mom had a Chevelle that was a 70. They sold them because they wouldn't fit car seats. They weren't SS502s. Of course, none of them were originally SS502s. But now, well, this is what you get around here. Big ol' engine. Oh, yeah. Don't need a temp sensor, though. We can just deal with, you know. I don't think this thing could overheat. It probably takes 6 years to get up to heating anyway. Oh, your V8's too small. It's tiny, cute little V8. I got the big V8. Another Chevelle. Proudly labeled as a resto mod. David Payne, they used to have a shop on the boulevard. That's cool. I like this one. 54. You can tell this thing got house painted or something back in the day, because I just love the way that it fades into black. You don't see a lot of black base patina. I like this one a lot. Got a dent side. Got the Little Red Express. I think this is a real Little Red Express too. We've got a Challenger. No, it's a Reno. Got it. Hello. Oh my gosh. Not a C10. That's a sharp color scheme. Nice color scheme on this Torino. Wow, that is beautiful. What do you think, Katie? There used to be one of these in a junkyard. This used to be out where, what's his name with the Mustang junkyard, had one of these. And I wanted it. Of course, it didn't look in this good a shape, but look how big it is. A very interesting color for a Torino. I wonder if this was original. I also wonder if this 3D badge coming off of the sill here was original. That's a very interesting... You would think that would just get torn off by the first rock that hit, like right here, you know? I bet that's hard to find. Anyway, this color is amazing. Wow. Oh, I like the... Well, I love the honeycomb, like, light bar taillight on this. But I also like the plaid, at least 4 body trunk, do you think? Maybe 5.
Depends on how big the bodies are.
Franklin. We are lucky enough to have a Franklin, nationally known Franklin expert who lives not far away from here. And this is one of his Franklins. This is absolutely beautiful. Franklin, if you don't know, air-cooled engines. That big old lump is air-cooled. I can't keep my Spitfire cool, and that thing is air-cooled. That's wild to me. 1931 Franklin. Absolutely cool. Something you'll almost never see. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Spirit of St. Louis, Charles Lindbergh. This car is believed to have been owned by Charles Lindbergh. Neat. Katie just informed me of Charles Lindbergh's political affiliation, so take that as you will, but this was his car. That's pretty damn cool. Oh. Franklin automobile. Yeah. Chris's low-cost 7 is getting a lot of attention, as it always does. Kids love this thing. It looks like a go-kart. And I'll tell the kids, it drives like a go-kart too. This is a Miata 1.8 5-speed transmission. Chris built this entire car himself, and by that I mean he fabricated the body, built the frame, wired the harness. He built the car. I love this, and he is going to one day convince me to spend too much money to get into one. In the meantime, well, that's a little more my style. We got an MGB. Coronet. Hello there.
How are you doing?
Good. Got another British car. I got my Spitfire over there.
I heard you. I didn't know about the Spitfire.
Something you don't see with patina very often. A GTO. Holy cow. Well, by patina, I mean spray paint. But it's a project. Seats are matching. I like it. I like the ratty look. I think it looks cool. It's a very Mad Max. It's also kind of like an FU to the people who have like $100,000 versions of this, you know? It's like, boom. You know, I said we'd see the cars we always see. I've never seen this. We got a Mustang loaded down. First of all, let's start with a tonneau cover. I don't think I've ever seen a tonneau cover on a Mustang. Obviously seen it on British cars, but never a Mustang. Then we've got a sort of surfboard. Is this a paddle board, Katie? What is this? Well, anyway, it's a board of some variety. And a bicycle. All on a Mustang. That's pretty cool. Save the planet. Own a car that lasts 50 plus years. Fair enough. I wasn't going to film every single car here, but my goodness, we're just getting some good patina today. Look at that. Oh, it says 71 Dodge. Man, you just don't see them in good colors like that very often, do you? Especially like, I'm sure it's not an original color, but it might as well be with that kind of patina on it. That is sharp. And you know what else is sharp? besides obviously a Fairlane, Crown Victoria, Trans Am, Mercury Cougar. Mercury Cougar, is this what happened to the Mercury Cougar? Look what you did to my boy. Corvair, second gen Corvair, the sharp, svelte looking Corvair. But down over here, we have something I saw on the boulevard the other day. For the first time in years, there's a family around here that owns nothing but Studebakers. I'm sure they don't have nothing but Studebakers now, but for a long time they were known for owning nothing but Studebakers. This is a Lark convertible. I've seen this thing driving around since I was in grade school, and it has never, to my knowledge, been like painted, washed, you know, improved in any way. It's just been aging along with me, along with the city. This is what I mean. Preservation. Car ages with the times. The time takes an effect on the car, and you can see it with your own eyes. Oh, we're working on it. Look at that. Got Dynamat, got some wiring harness there, got the top mechanism. Wow, this, good Lord, the top takes up quite a bit of room. There's not much trunk back there. I would have expected a larger trunk. But yeah, you could easily seat 4 people in here, I think. God, Studebaker Lark convertible. See, if you asked me if I wanted a Studebaker Lark convertible, I would say, I don't know. But this one, absolutely. Now, I have never seen that. That's not Shelby taillights. That is weird. Have you ever seen that? I've never seen that. You already know whose it is? I've never seen these taillights in my life. Wow. Got the Soundmaster on here. I think. The wood steering wheel, the like sort of burl wood steering wheel, the darker wheel looks really good on this car. Steak and shake. E-Tide. And look who it is. Man. How much more practical can you get than having this door open like this? Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, apparently you used to fit in that. Wow. What back seat? Holy cow. Oh. Whoa. He's day drinking. Look at this guy here. Mustangs. Dent side, long bed. I've never seen knockoffs on anything other than like a British car. That is interesting, and it works. And it would. I'm sure my dad could tell me what kind that is. Wow. Wow, it smells like it just got done, too. And underneath, we've got coilovers. Shoop. Boy, that's sharp. That is cool. And we're into why most of the people are probably here. Unfortunately, it's probably not for the car show. It's for the Oktoberfest. I'm looking at something very Bavarian. I should say this part of town is called Old Munichburg. This is where a lot of the German residents settled, and here we are. Katie has found the wardrobe. I'm getting too old for this. Katie's about asleep.
Katie's hungry.
That was awesome to see the community out. It was awesome to see a lot of people we knew. Biggest Oktoberfest we've seen so far. Most cars we've seen so far. Now we're going to see if our car will start for like the 5th time this year. I'll take it.
And it did.
Not bad. I never doubted it. What are you talking about? Got a surprise here. We didn't expect this show to actually happen today, but we have show number 2. Morris is here. Spitfire's here. Somebody parked backwards. Everybody else has their nose out. I don't understand why that guy couldn't just back his car in. It probably because the reverse hardly works, but yeah, don't have to worry about that. That is not... This road's closed, my friend. You're not supposed to drive straight through the car show. I don't think he minds the car show. Car show's not bothering him. Holy cow. These are growing on me too. I think it's kind of an interesting stance this one's got going on. It's kind of like, you know, remember the Ranger Sport or whatever they called it, Ranger ST, the one in the 80s that didn't last very long? That kind of reminds me of that with the ground effects and the fat stance. But I do like the patina on it a lot. I'd lift it up, put on some mud tires. Teach their own. Gun rack, you gotta have it. That's something you probably don't see at DC car shows or, you know, Baltimore, Maryland car shows. Got the Grant wheel. And, well, Ham's beer. My dad was just talking about that yesterday. How they used to patch exhaust with beer cans when they'd get a hole in the exhaust, which was more common than you might think. E-type. Oh, that's the other E-type. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't walked this fast all day. This is the E-type that supposedly showed up to the show earlier, but then left. Another E-type. Now, I know I've never seen this one in town. That is so cool. I love the color. I love the patina. Obviously, it's going to have some patina because I like it. Look at that. Some people would think I'm pointing out the flaws here. No, this is life. This is time. This is preservation. Oh, what's the interior like? Wow, got the Garmin right there. Don't need to know how much you're revving to. You need to know where you're going. I like that. Man, that is actually pretty good. Got a seat removed, it looks like. Looks like entirely removed, not even just folded. Oh, it's a 4.2 like Chris's dad's. Man. Oh, that's looking right. And look at this. Crazed paint. Oh, down here. Dirt on the taillight. Probably running a little rich. Oh, that is so cool. An E-type that gets driven. Oh my God, this is so cool. Oh, of all the things I never expected to see in this town. When I was growing up here, it was all the Chevys and the Fords and the, you know, Mustangs and all this stuff like that. This. Oh, I'm so glad this is here. I hope there's some kid here today who's never seen something like this before and get, wow, Mom, Dad, what is that? And they got to say, son, daughter, whoever, this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. It's still got the Lucas headlights on it. It's got fingerprint. You know these guys at these shows, you know the type that would be out there, oh, I gotta get these fingerprints off the glass. I gotta get out my glass cleaner, my microfiber. No, drive it. Look at that. Look how much heat's been coming off of this hood. It's crazing just like my Spitfire. It's crazing there and crazing there. I can feel the heat coming off of it too. Wow. In there I can see the dash pot carbs. So we're still on the original carburation system, or, you know, some variant therein. Wow. I got to run into this guy. That is, I might well, and I don't usually do this, I might move my car over here because because running into this person is priority number one. Another Jag. Can I just get me and this Jag in the same shot? In the town I'm from? I never thought I'd see this right here. This is so cool. Casey's got the van out today. Oh yeah, there's a couple of these in town. I had to ask this person how this ran long enough to get to a car show, because in my experience it wouldn't. Look, there's kids enjoying the Spitfire. And Casey. Love it. Kids love it. Kids love the big eyes. Yeah, there you go. Katie! Whoa! Star of the show. Well, there you have it. 2 car shows, 1 day. The first time this car has been driven this year, and it's October. Well, it's almost October anyway. Katie thinks it was actually a year since this has last been driven. My dad thinks it was nice out last time I drove it. So there's a good chance that this hasn't been driven in over a year, and it just did 41 miles, no problem. Well, it's kind of hard to start now and then, but that's because we eliminated the choke. You know what I like is that people like this car. And I don't mean that for like an egotistical kind of reason. I mean, I love seeing kids come up to it and go, "What is this? This is so cute." I love seeing adults come up and go, "Oh man, I remember these from back in the day. And I remember being that kid. And now I get to be that adult, you know, who's like, this is a British sports car. Let me tell you all about it." Today I saw a lady, it was a different car than mine, but the kid walked up to the car and wanted to touch the car. And she was like, "Oh no, don't do that. The owner probably wouldn't appreciate that." And I looked over at Katie and she just kind of laughed. And she knew what I was going to say. And I just said, not to the lady, I said to Katie, I said, "Gosh, you can go climb all over my car for all I care. That's fine with me. You know, you're not going to hurt it. Experience the thing. That's what it's meant to be used for. Is to be experienced, to be driven, taken places. Some people touched it today, and that's fine with me. That's awesome. More power to you. I'm glad you experienced it. I'm glad you got to see it. Paint can always be fixed. Ask me how I know. I dropped a shelf the other day. This is the first actual damage I've done to this car, and it fell right here, and it kind of tightened this gap up a little bit, but it put these 2 gashes in it, which, you know, I would be upset about if it mattered. So it's out with the Sequoia, in with the Triumph, and tomorrow we're going to be in with another Triumph, a Herald. I've never even really seen a Herald to my knowledge, and I bought one sight unseen. So if you want to see what happens with that, stick around. Talk to you soon. Bye.